Right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechak Wadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listening and learning, and to the Bayashat Dabadat, the house of David. I'm Ayah Shetad, with men of valor, Las Vegas camp, coming to you through the will and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, as well as you speckled birds whose father's line goes back. You are the true children of Israel that the Bible speaks of. Salvation belongeth unto you, and you alone. All right, I have a lesson for you today, Lord willing, be edifying, uplifting unto the body. The title of it is going to be is, what's the reason for your season? All right, what's the reason for your season? All right, and this is talking on a individual level as well as a national level. All right, for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, as well as you speckled birds whose father's line goes back, as you being the children of Israel. So our nation, all right, why do we receive the things that we receive? All right, to look at it even further, all right, the things that we are to do and the way we are to be is to cling unto Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, but that is not what majority of Israel is doing. But ultimately, the will and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, that we are in this season for the reason as a nation, for our disobedience and everything that we had done unto Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, being a disobedient, backsliding as a nation. All right, gathering abroad. All right, but as individuals as well. So Lord willing, this be edifying, uplifting unto the body. All right, we're going to start here in the book of Ecclesiastes. All right, Salakia, Ecclesiastes. It's going to be chapter 3. It's going to be here in verse 1, and it reads, "To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven." All right, so Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai said, to everything there is a season, all right, and a time purpose under heaven. And we are in our time, in our season, all right, for the things that we did unto Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, being disobedient, backsliding, being naysayers, all right, of the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, not the brothers who are doing it truth, honesty, and sincerity, preaching and teaching, not the men, women, and children who are calling upon the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, Lord willing, we be those first fruits, not us. All right, but nevertheless, as a nation, we're chastised as a nation. All right, but our purpose and our season is to be here now. All right, is to receive that chastisement for the betterment of us. Okay, let's go ahead and get it in the NLT. All right, let's do the NIV or NLT, Salakia. And it reads, "For everything there is a season, a time for every activity under heaven." There, NIV is, "There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens." Right? So Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai ordained it. All right, and we are under the heavens here on earth. All right, this is our duty. All right, we are to suffer in this season for the things that we have done. Okay, as it continues to go on to say, this is the place of judgment. All right, that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai has given us. All right, this is where we are to play out the judgments on the earth. All right, the things that we have done. All right, matter of fact, let's go ahead and get that. All right, and let's go here in verse 16. And it reads, "And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and place of righteousness, that iniquity was there." All right, so are we not under the sun? All right, is not the earth, all right, in most people's eyes under the sun? All right, as you are on this planet, all right, as you breathe the air, as you partake in the water, all right, on this planet, on the grounds of this earth, you are under the sun. Okay, let's get this in the NIV or NLT. All right, NLT says, I also notice that under the sun there is evil in the courtroom. Yes, even the court of law are corrupt. All right, yeah, this is a place, all right, where the law is. All right, hey, because in the heavens, hey, everything is in perfection. All right, everything's in perfection, and to bring the order, all right, as the Lord's Prayer says, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, let thy will be done, as in earth as in heaven. All right, on earth as in heaven, Salakia. All right, and you can say this is the court period. All right, and Esau's playing with this. All right, so it's a little it's a little bit different. All right, so where the law is corrupted. All right. Continuing on, let me go ahead and read it in the NIV, and it reads, And I saw something else under the sun. In the place of judgment, wickedness was there. In the place of justice, wickedness was there. All right. So in this place, on this earth, all right, you have to receive both of them. This is the learning process for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, as well as you speckled birds whose father's line goes back. We are under the sun, and this is the place of judgment. So for us to obtain and to be established in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, we have to be like him, knowing good and evil. All right? But that is a deeper lesson for another time. Lord willing, we'll get into it. Okay? But just wanted to bring that out. And let me read this again right here. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, Salakia, and it reads, To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. All right, so what is purpose for us right now is to go through this for the disobedience and the disrespect we have shown as a nation, as well as shown as individuals. All right, let's go here to the book of Romans. It's going to be Romans chapter 15 and verse 4, and it reads, For whatsoever thing was written aforetime was written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. All right, so being under the sun, being in this place of judgment, all right, being in this place, all right, where good and evil abides, all right, this was given to us. All right, the Holy Spirit, the scriptures, all right, the basic instructions before leaving earth, all right, so that we may be able to leave the earth, that we may be able to go to the heavens, all right, and reside and abide by the rules of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai in perfection, all right, to be changed from our foul bodies into a perfected body, to believe upon the testimony that it is be written in our inward parts, that our stony heart receives no more, all right, and that we receive a fleshly heart, to never sin again and to go off no more, all right, to only think about righteousness and praise and glory and honor of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, to not have an evil eye towards your brother, towards your sister, to not want to usurp authority over your husband, all right, or any man of that nature, all right, for every man and every woman and every child to be in their lot, as Yahweh Hashem Yahushai has predestinated us to be, all right, the nation of Israel to reside in perfection, all right, to be an example unto the other nations. This is your perfection. This is your inheritance. This is Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Let's go ahead and get it, all right, in the other translations. This is Once again, the book of Romans, chapter 15 and verse 4 in the NLT, and it reads, "Such things were written in scriptures long ago to teach us." Right, long ago to teach us so that we may be able to receive it today. Now they have all these different translations. Hey, sometimes these translations go off, and sometimes Satan, the devil, all right, his counterpart, the devil, Esau, Edom, has the ability to change certain things. But that's why Yahweh Shem Yahushai says, "Study to show thyself approved," all right, rightly dividing the word of truth. And then he also said, "I will give you pastors and teachers after my own heart," all right, my prophets who have been there since the beginning, willing to give you this word because I have ordained them just for that. All right, that they will not bend the knee to Baal. All right, that they will not give up, that they will continue to give you sound structural doctrine, starting with our head apostle, Apostle Tahar. All right, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Ramla, Apostle Rakad, the elders and the bishops, all the way to the newest, sincerest brother, teaching and preaching 100% doctrine to the best of their ability. Okay, continuing on, and the scriptures give us hope and encouragement. All right. These scriptures are to encourage you and to give you the hope to make sure that you know that Yahweh Shem Yahushai chastised those that he loves, but he would never turn his back on his nation. All right? You might receive an ass whooping. You might have to get it. You might have to perish on this side. But nevertheless, when you're being brought back, when you come back through the loins of the elect, through the will and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that you be faithful and you be true, that you understood what you did wrong and you can only live right. All right? We are coming into the inheritance. Fight for what is yours. Stand up for Yahweh Shem Yahushai because it belongs to you. He has given it unto you. What won't you do for it? And if you won't do it for it, then you must receive it a second way. All right? Being a part of the 2/3, and you will have to come back through the loins of the elect. Continuing on, as we wait patiently for the power Yahweh Shem Yahushai promises to be fulfilled. All right? We are waiting patiently through the will and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai for the promise to be fulfilled. All right, that stony heart be taken away and that fleshly heart, that we receive the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushai in his glory and his majesty and his praise, only to receive him, only to call and cry upon him, for him to wipe away our tears, that we cry no more. All right, the NIV, and it reads, for everything that was written in the past was written to teach us, so that through the endurance taught in the scriptures and the encouragement they provide, we might have hope. All right, that we hope. All right, this is the hope and the patience and the faith of the saints. This is the hope that we are of the first fruit. This is our hope that we see salvation. This is our hope that we watch the downfall of our enemies. This is our hope. We want nothing more. There is nothing else. Everything is just to get by. Everything is just to prolong. Everything is just here because we are in our captivity. We have to suffer. As long as Yahweh Shem Yahushai deems it necessary for us to suffer. But we wait patiently. He gave us the basic instructions before leaving earth, the acronym for the Bible, for your hope. To wait in your hope. That we are those children, that we are received, that we are forgiven. This is our hope. What is the hope that you have? And if it's not the hope of Yahweh Shem Yahushai delivering you, then the hell with you. All right? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, as well as you speckled birds whose father's line goes back. If you have not the hope in the faith of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, excluding none, father, mother, daughter, wife, child, does not matter. To hell with you. We will see you in the kingdom. Lord willing, I be of that number. This is where your hope should lie. This is where your heart should be. To the best of your ability. Let's go here to the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3 and verse 14, and it reads, "But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned, and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them." So Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai says, be assured in what you have learned. Continue in those things. Know that hope, all right? Know that faith, know that my name, know that everything that my teachers, my prophets, my servants have taught you, know that it's faithful and true. Because I sent them. All right? Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai ordained men to teach, to preach, and to proclaim the doctrine, to herald in, to call upon the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai to stand up, all right, in the day of adversity, for his testimony, to speak of his righteousness, his mercy, the truth and the faith and his judgment. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Let's get it in the NLT. And it reads, "But you must remain faithful to the things you have been taught." You have to remain faithful. You have to fight in that hope. You have to fight in faith. You have to fight in truth. You cannot turn back. If you turn back, you were never worthy of it. All right? You have to fight in the things that you've been taught, to keep those things that you know are already true. You believe them. You have to be rooted in it. All right? You know they are true. You know they're true. You know the faith and the will and the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has never gone astray. If any go astray, it be you who goes astray. It is not the doctrine. All right? 100% truth comes out of GMS. Starting with our head apostle Tahar. All right? The Apostle Gabar, Apostle Rakah, Apostle Ramlah, the elders and the bishops. All right? The teachers, to the newest brother teaching 100% doctrine, having the faith and the hope and sealed, all right, in their inward parts. That we believe and continue in the truth, that we waver not. For you know you can trust those who teach you. You can trust it. You can trust that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has set up men, starting with our head apostles. And our head apostle being Apostle Tahar. You can see that the doctrine 40 plus years has been refined and received and gotten even better. And then it has been made plain upon tables so you can receive more understanding. So the fruit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and the majesty and the glory and the praise be shown. That you could wake up to the truth. In the NIV, and it reads, "But as for you, continue in what you have learned and have become convinced of, because you know those from whom you learn it." So what we have learned and who we have learned them from, yet remains faithful and true, yet has proven time and time again, not only through the things of the past, all right, the things and the histories of the past that has been revealed, all right, through prophecies of recent that have been fulfilled, all right, the Icky Vicky, the grinding and ceasing, all right? Hey, everything that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has made manifest through his men. 40 plus years, Apostle Tahar has had this word, all right, in the refinement process with Apostle Gabar, Apostle Rakab, Apostle Ramlah, the elders and the bishops, all the way to the newest brother, teaching 100% faith. All right, teaching 100% doctrine and faith and truth and honesty in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is refining process, teaching other brothers, teaching sisters that you may receive the word, that the purity in it be made plain upon tables. All right, this is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai's ministry. This is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai's word. Believe not another, but believe in the faith and the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Believe in his word and his testimony that he has given us, that it is faithful and that it is true. All right, let's go here to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 36 and verse 17. Son of man, when the house of Israel dwell in their own land, they defiled it by their own way and by their doings. Their way was before me as a uncleansed of a removed woman. Right. So we were unclean in the eyes of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right. We did things contrary to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And as an unclean woman, all right, which this is understanding that the defilement that we caused Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, that we could be brought back from. All right, because when a woman is on her menstrual cycle, all right, she is to be removed from the house. She is not to attend in the church. All right, she is not to be around the body of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. She is to leave and be separate from her household during her purification process as you look into the law. All right, but that is another lesson for another time. But I will pull it up in the NLT and NIV. All right, and Lord willing, it provides just a little bit more understanding. All right. All right, in the NLT it reads, Son of man, when the people of Israel were living in their own land, they defiled it by the evil ways they lived. Right, the things that we did unto Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai kicked us out of our land. He took us from there. All right, because we were defiling the land. We were defiling as the land, Mother Earth, all right, represents a woman. We defiled her. We defiled her with our ways. The things that we did, the way that we were walking, the way that we were talking, who we wanted to be, and we weren't who we were made to be. We wanted to be like the heathen. Hey, as Jake UC now wants to be like the heathen. He wants to be like Esau Edom. He wants to be like Elam. He wants to do and be everybody, but be himself. All right? Who he's supposed to be is supposed to be after the way of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, clinging and following unto righteousness, sustaining himself from wickedness and abominations. All right? Eating abominable foods, having an abominable mindset, clinging on to the way of the world instead of the way of the word, thinking that there is a righteousness in this world. Okay? The world is adverse to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? Continuing on. To me, their conduct, the way that they act, their conduct was as unclean as a woman's menstrual cloth. All right? As unclean as a woman's menstrual cloth. All right? The red ribbon. All right? The period. All right? The rag that she uses. All right? the Tampax, whatever. All right, Kotex, it doesn't matter. Nevertheless, the uncleanliness of a woman at that time. You see, and it says woman because it's a time period. That time has to be fulfilled. That time period has to be fulfilled. When is a woman clean in the law? On the 8th day. All right? On the 8th day, may she come back unto the church. On the 8th day, may she come back unto her home. Okay? But until then, she is removed. We have been removed from Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai because we were unclean. All right? And we don't receive being pure and clean until the time that Yahushai, comes to deliver his elect. All right? Till he's sent by the Father to deliver the elect of the nation of Israel, the men, women, and children that believe upon the testimony, starting with the 144,000 elect men. All right? In the NIV, and it reads, Son of man, when the people of Israel were living in their own land, they defiled it by their conduct and their actions, right? Their actions, things that you did, the way that you presented yourself, all right? Your actions caused a reaction, all right? Wanting to be King Von is going to get you a reaction. Wanting to be Diddy is going to get you a reaction. All right? Wanting to do and be Jay-Z are going to get you a reaction. All right? You care about this life and you want to live the life of the world, you will get the reaction of the actions that you put in. The conduct, the way that you see yourself and the way that you carry yourself, you will receive that. If you want to be a Joe Blow, the coolest guy out on the street, you're going to be the coolest guy in the hottest fire. Okay? Continuing on. Their conduct was like a woman's monthly uncleanliness in my sight. All right? Unclean. Yet, do you have an opportunity to be clean? You have an opportunity to be clean by repenting and changing your ways. See, as that menstrual cycle lasts for a time period, you, all right, you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, as well as you speckled birds whose father's line goes back, it is a time period. It is a time period that we are in. All right, now that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is starting to speak with us, 40 plus years, making it plain upon tables. All right, through the 40 plus years, we started receiving the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. It's as if Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is speaking to a woman through telepathy. All right, through what are the world is gonna through psychic abilities, saying, hey, when you come out of there, when you come out and you come back in, make sure that you do the things that I told you to do. Not that I asked you to do. Make sure you do those things that I told you to do. This is the point of the nation of Israel as a whole right now. All right? We are coming back into cleanliness. The men of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, the tabernacle, Lord willing, we be of that number. All right? Are saying, yes, we will do. We will do those things that you have told us to do, that you have commanded us to do. You see, we were the first ones who were able to get out in a way. We are there. We are in retrospect, we can say this is me speaking as a man to, Lord willing, to make it plain to the listener. All right? We are there in the 7th day, not yet the 8th. We're in that 7th day and saying, okay, we're almost done. We're almost there. Salvation is on the horizon, but we are not yet there. Where those men, women, and children listening and learning are somewhat on the 6th day. All right? Where we are listening to the prophets. We are hearing the prophets. All right? We're clinging unto the ways. All right? And we're almost to the 7th day. All right? The prophets of Yahweh Shem Yahushai in retrospect are in the 7th day. The multitude of the men, women, and children are on the 6th day. The 2/3 of the nation of Israel are on the 1st hour of their menstrual cycle. Just defiled, disgusting degenerates. All right? Let's go here to the book of Psalms. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 55, and verse 22, and it reads, "Cast thy burdens upon Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be removed." Right. So we cast our burdens upon Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right. And Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to sustain us. He is going to take care of us. All right. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai wish we were never removed. All right. He wish we were never removed. The men of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the men of the nation of Israel, all right, his sons, he wished we were never removed as a menstruous woman. Okay? Understanding that women have their lot and they're in their order, but this is for the body of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right? This is for his tabernacle. Salvation comes to his tabernacle first and foremost. All right? We are the Most High's woman. He wished we were never removed. Okay? He wished we were never unclean as a woman's menstrual cycle. That's how filthy we were to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. But its purpose in a season had righteousness so that we can be what? The judges. Remember, as it said in Genesis, now man has become like us, to know good and to know evil, to be a righteous judge, to know two sides, to know the righteous side, to know the wicked side, so that you can judge accordingly when you are righteous, when you are holy, when you are separate. Because that's what it takes. That's what Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has predestinated. Perfection. Here it is in the NLT, and it reads, "Give your burdens to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and he will take care of you. He will not permit the godly to slip and fall." Right? You will not fall. All right? You will not slip in the way of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai if you are clinging after him, if you are calling unto him. All right? The things that we do in every man's goings are of the Lord. It has been predestinated for us to do for the refinement process. All right? Remember, your ways are not his ways. Our thoughts are not his thoughts. So how did we receive to get to perfection? The way that he ordains it. And part of the perfection process is to go through this furnace of affliction. All right? Even in the affliction, it is righteousness, because it is the refinement process that is given unto us. Lord willing, we be those men. NLT, and it reads, "Give your burdens to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and he will take care of you. He will not permit the godly to slip." Salakia, I was supposed to read the NIV, slip and fall. The NIV, and it reads, "Cast your cares on Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and he will sustain you. He will never let the righteous be shaken." Right. And when you have the faith of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, hey, you're not shaken. All right? You're not shaken in ways that would destroy a man, a way that would destroy you in the faith. All right? When you have the fear of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, you will cling unto the way of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, so that you are set apart from the world, that you are set apart from the judgment that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to bring upon the world. All right? And let's get here. Let's go Psalms 24. believe 24:10. Salakia. All right, I'm actually gonna start here. Let's just go ahead and start at verse 7 or verse 8, and it reads, "Who is King of glory? Yahweh, strong and mighty. Yahweh, mighty in battle." All right, and this is what we have. We have Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Salakia, I had to let the dog out. All right, but we have Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay, if we but cling unto his way, unto his word. All right, let's get that in the NLT and the NIV. All right, and it reads, "Who is King of glory? Yahweh, strong and mighty. Yahweh, invincible in battle." Right, and the battle, is the battle of this life. All right, this is one of the biggest battles, is the biggest battle. All right, for you, Jake, is that you don't understand what you are to do in life. All right, what you are to do in life, the purpose for you is to praise Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. The purpose for you is to seek after the way of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the way of the word. All right, his word, and not the way of the world, not to lean upon your own understanding. All right, to make it through the season that you're in, for the reason that you were predestinated for. All right, yes, we understand if you are a 2/3, you're going to have the 2/3 mindset. If you're of the elect, you're going to have the elect mindset. Lord willing, we be of that number, the elect. But nevertheless, coming and fighting for the heritage that we are to receive. All right, the understanding, coming back into remembrance of that which we once had. The NIV, and it reads, "Who is the King of glory? Who is the King of glory? Yahweh, strong and mighty. Yahweh, mighty in battle." All right, he's mighty in every battle. All right, but this battle, is what we're talking about right now. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 24 and verse 9, and it reads, "Lift up your hands, O ye gates." All right, even lift them up, ye everlasting doors. Everlasting doors, and King of glory shall come in. All right, so lift up your hands, praise Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, let him enter. What is the book of, I believe it's Luke, he says, Salaki, "I'm at the door and I am knocking." All right, the gates of your mind. All right, the doors of your mind, to understand that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is calling out unto you. If you have ears to hear, if you have eyes to see. All right, let's get it in the NLT, in the NIV, and it reads in the NLT, "Open up, open up ancient gates, open up ancient doors, and let the King of glory enter." All right, we would be considered those ancient. All right, we are those that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has a love for. All right, we are to understand that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has a purpose for his nation, and the purpose is even bigger than we can understand right now. All right, yes, we are to be the other nation that nations marvel at. We are the people in the nation of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, but how much more as he provides more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding for an eternity. All right, the intricacies of the breath that was given. All right, the very elements, just understanding elements alone. All right, understanding why light bends the way that it bends, and understand why light was formed the way that it was formed. All right, just we don't understand this is how deep and vast Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's wisdom and knowledge is. And this is the inheritance that we're a part of. Okay? In the NIV, "Lift up your hands." All right? You gates, lift them up. And lift them up, you ancient doors, that the King of glory may come in, that we receive Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, that we receive his word, his majesty, and his glory. That we receive him to do as he says and as he sees fit for us to do. We have to take in all of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Let all the doors and all the gates of the nation of Israel be open continuously as the kingdom. All right? Doors never to be shut. Let the wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai never be shut from us again. Let it abide and flow like rivers of water as Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. As Yahushai is the word. He is the living water. All right? Let it flow. All right? Let wisdom, knowledge, and understanding abide in us and continue. All right? Verse 10, and it reads, Who is this king? Who is this king of glory? Yahweh of hosts is the king of glory. Salah. All right? So Yahweh, B'Shem Yahushai, is the one that provides us with these things. It is Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai who provides all things. All right? Who is NLT? Who is the king of glory? Yahweh of heaven. Yahweh of heaven's armies. He is king of glory. All right? All right? Interlude. All right? So Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is the one. All right? Yahweh, all right, made his only begotten son. You see the son, you see the father. So the glory is Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Who is he? Who is he, this king of glory? Yahweh Almighty. He is the king of glory. All right? And it is Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. We can only speak the name of Yahweh with giving reverence and praise to Yahushai. All right? We give preference and honor and praise and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right? To be able to speak and call upon the name of Yahweh, you have to understand the fear is in Yahushai. All right? The fear is in Yahweh to do his work, to do his will. All right? This is going to be here in the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 7 and verse 18. It reads, Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things, and hope for wide. For they that have done wickedly have suffered the straight things, and yet shall not see the wide. All right, so here it is. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai has given us the straight things. All right, we have to suffer the things that we have to go through. We have to hope and receive the hope in the faith of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai to perform those things. Shall not suffer the wide. Shall not suffer all the things that the world goes through. Jake, all right, that Jake goes through in the world. Not having Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, that we should not have to suffer all those things. But we will have to suffer some things for the refining process. All right, let's get verse 19. And it reads, And he said unto me, there is no judge above the power, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and none that hath understanding above the highest, Yahweh. All right? There is no judge above Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and there's none that have more understanding. Okay? So the things that we have to suffer and the way we have to suffer them. Okay? For there be many that perish in this life because they despise the law of the power, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, that is set before them. All right? The reason that you were in this season for the disobedience. And if you're not clinging unto the word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, in the way of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, therefore, how can you understand why you are being punished? How can you escape from the punishment? All right, so you have to perish in this life. 2/3 of the nation of Israel will perish in this life, not clinging unto the way of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right, let's get verse 21, and it reads, For the power Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai have given straight commandment to such as came, what they should do to live. All right, what you should do to live. All right, the way, the word, and everything that you should follow. All right, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai has provided it. He has given it unto his servants, the prophets. He has given you the acronym. He has given you the Bible, the basic instructions before leaving earth. All right, that you could receive this information. All right, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment. All right, you have the blueprint, which you need to sustain yourself from being punished. All right, and let's get 17. All right, and I read it like this for a reason. Verse 17, and it reads, Then answered I and said, O Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that beareth rule, thou hast ordained in thy law that the righteous should inherit these things, but the ungodly shall perish. All right, so if you follow after the way of the world and don't follow after the way of the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, clinging unto his doctrine, reaching out and proclaiming his name, his testimony, and his faith. All right. If you are called to be a prophet, being out on the highways and byways, you're called to be a help. You're called to the ministry of Yahweh Shem Yahushai in any way, shape, or form. As a man of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you will perish for not following that which you are to do. If you're a woman after Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you are to cling unto his word and be submissive and obedient unto your husband. All right. Whether he's in the faith or not, you still have a job to do. All right. That's the man that Yahweh Shem Yahushai has put forth in your life. If that man be wicked, all right, pray for that man and get on the comment board and ask for guidance. All right, through a brother of Yahweh, through a man of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, through a brother in a camp that teaches 100% doctrine. All right, because you are still to stay in subjection unto that man, if it is possible. All right, that Yahweh Shem Yahushai, keep you in safe place until the time he wants to give you a man of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, or if he sees fit to deliver you, if you're with a heathen man, if he sees fit to deliver you from that at that time. Okay, we all have a position. We all have a part. Okay, you have to do your part in the will and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You have to cling unto his word, whatever your lot is. You have to fall in love with your lot, as Apostle Gabar always says. All right, as Apostle Aramla, Apostle Tahar, Apostle Rakah, fall in love with your lot. The elders and the bishops, all right, fall in love with your lot. And all these men who have been in the faith for long tell you, all right, when you brothers are first coming in, when I first came in through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, fall in love with your lot. All right, it's about keeping what is dear to you. Know that your position is your position for your reason. All right, because Yahweh Shem Yahushai has ordained it. All right, let's go here and get the book of Psalms, and then we'll close out. All right, it's going to be the book of Psalms, chapter 39. Okay. Chapter. So the book of Psalms, chapter 34, in verse 19, and it reads, Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Yahweh delivereth him out of them all. Right, so many are the afflictions of of the saints of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the righteous. All right, the 144,000 elect men, the multitude of the men, women, and children, who believe upon the testimony. All right, many, all right, are afflicted of the righteous. All right, so don't think what you're going through is new, but don't think that Yahweh Shem Yahushai is not going to deliver you out of them. All right, it is through faith, it is through patience, it is through fasting, it is through praying. All right, that Yahweh Shem Yahushai deliver us out of this hell. our current situation, any situation that we go through, all right, that we cast our burdens upon Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, that we may be able to see deliverance and salvation. All right, get it in the NLT, and it reads, the righteous person facing many troubles, but Yahweh came to their rescue each time. All right, it's never over until it's over. All right, until salvation comes, it's not over. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai delivers us out of all things. Lord willing, we be those men, all right, women and children who believe upon the testimony, starting first and foremost with the 144,000 elect men. Continuing on in the NIV, it reads, the righteous person may have many troubles, but Yahweh Hashem Yahushai delivereth him from them all. All right, and this is the faith, all right, that we should have. This is the way that you should stand, all right, and know that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai will deliver his nation. First and foremost, the elect of his nation, the first fruits, the 144,000 elect men, but then the multitude of the men, women, and children, all right, will deliver us. Lord willing, we be of that number, all right. Then the 2/3 will have to come back through the loins of the elect after they learn a death by pain. Lord willing, this was an edifying, uplifting lesson. I want to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rechakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth, the 140% truth, 144% truth and sincerity. To the Bayish Dabadat, the house of David. To the next time, Amaya Shatad, Men of Valor, Sint Shalom, Kwam Yasharala, Wa Abba Shalom.